But the Panthers, they had been red hot. They didn't have a lot last night. Like, they really did not have a lot in the tank last night. But I think you got to credit Carolina. You know, Rod Brindamore was putting them on blast, and they had been getting embarrassed, and they showed up last night. They played well. They ended up
Pretty
winning that
crazy
game.
how it's like when it's 3-0, it's doom and gloom, but it sounds stupid, but you get it to 3-1 and then it ain't 3-0 anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, oh, I got to win one to get their attention. Same
Well,
as the Ottawa Senators. They won one, and it's like, we win one more, we'll get somebody's attention. And that's what they did.
Yep, that's exactly what they did. Confirm and deny. Carolina can still make this a series.
I'm going to deny it. Just the way Florida responds, and I really don't care who comes back in the lineup, who's healthy or who plays. It would be so Florida Panther-like to just go in there and win 3-0 and have a low-event game, physical game, and just Kachuk and Bennett will show up, or they're just their usual suspects. Seth Jones on the back end will have a monster night. It would be so Panther-like to go in there in a dominating fashion when you think Carolina would have a bit of mojo and they would just squash them.
I'm going to deny it for the same reason. I just think, Carolina, they had to find a way to win one because of that record, right? Like, you keep losing games in the conference final. You cannot get swept again. And in the fashion that you played the first three games, like, you just got smoked, man. Like, they had to show up last night. They had to have a game. They did that. I think that's enough to allow them to breathe. Maybe they can get one more, but a series would suggest to me, like, basically you got to push it to 7 now, and I just don't see that happening because of Florida and the way that Florida plays. And, we were talking yesterday about Paul Maurice and just having everyone right in the palm of his hand. He did it again last night with his sarcastic comments about Bob giving up the 2 goals, even though they were empty netters.
He wasn't even in the net, and then he was like, I haven't been so hard on the Carolina Hurricanes as much as you fine people have been. And I'm just like, what are you talking about?
What is he doing down there, Paul Maurice, man?
Yeah, he's gone too far. Like, he knows what his capabilities are, and he's gone too far with it. Like,
well, he's had the spotlight now for 3 years. You go to the Cup final 2 years in a row, you win one, and you're on the verge of doing it again. Everything's Paul Maurice all the time. Like, people want to hear from him, and he's going to give him a quote. And,
well, you can shotgun a beer or you can go to church. That's kind of like our team. We can do either.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the hell are you talking about?
That one,
man?
he was trying to he tried to find it, and he's like, I don't have it, and now I don't know where I'm going. Now I'm asking people
Dude,
if
he
they know
reached
how to
into his
shotgun a
shorts
beer.
and he pulled out a turd on that one.
Yeah.
Like, that was
a weird one.
It was a weird one.
But last night, again, credit to Carolina, but I still think Florida, I could see them doing exactly what you just suggested. They go in there game 5, say, nope, not happening tonight, guys. Confirm or deny, both Aaron Ekblad and Sam Bennett will re-sign in Florida. Both of them.
I'm going to go 75% on both of them.
So what is that, a confirm or a deny? I mean, that's a Fergie, man. That's kind of a Fergie. 75% on both.
I just
I'm not sure what that
completely
means.
had a brain fart on that one.
Yeah.
I can't fully confirm because, okay, I'm going to deny it. I think the Florida says the dream's over as far as keeping everybody. Mm. And I actually don't even think it would be that bad of a thing for them to move off of one of the players, because you got to keep freshening things up and doing it differently. Like, I think if you look at Chicago, their team was different when the cups that they won. They had to keep evolving and do it different and get different players, and it might be a good thing. So the two of them, I'm going to say no. But the thing is, you look at the situation they've created down there. It's Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It's an incredible team, and you're going to have more chances to win in the next 5 years. What player would want to exit that unless they're strictly just saying, my ego is telling me I want people to bid the highest and I'm going to the highest bidder. That could be a case, but I really can't see it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these players, they're making huge cake on their second deal where they're in a comfort zone where they're like, do I really need to go after that? You know what I mean? Like a 6-year, $6 million deal as your second contract. Are you really saying I got to cash out here? I don't know.
Yeah, here's another element to it that I don't know if we're considering, is that Florida and their front office have proven they're the smartest savviest, best front office in the league, they may let one of them or both of them walk because they don't want to be tied for 6, 7, 8 years to them.
Yeah.
Which, again, is ruthless, but that's what they've proven they are.
Yeah.
Like Bill
and you
Zito.
watch, they'll bring in other players.
Exactly.
They'll be like, Ekblad, you want to screw around? We got Seth Jones. Like, we're fine.
That's why they got him. And like, Forsing's not going anywhere. Mikko's not going anywhere. So at a minimum, now I will say there could be a Tampa connection with McDonough where they moved off McDonough, and then a year or two later, they're like, we got to get him back. Like, that might be something that happens with Ekblad where they move off him and realize, man, we shouldn't have done that. But I think the likelihood of both of them getting they're both going to command a lot of money and deserve a lot of money. They're both really good players. Yes, Florida does really well with their cap. Yes, they get guys to buy in and take a little bit less, but they still pay people. There still is a finite cap.
Yeah.
Everyone can't make $8 million or $8.5 or $9 million. It doesn't work that way. So I'm going to deny it as well, and maybe not as much because the players are like, we want all the money in the world and we're leaving. It might be because Zito in Florida says, you know what? I don't want to be attached to that guy for 8 years.
We just won 2 cups back to back, and we're going to just try to do it a little bit different.
Right. Because, like, the luxury they have is, let's say both those guys leave. Barkov, Reinhart, Verhaeghe, Kachuk, Lundell, Luosterainen. They're all still there. Like, they're all still there. And then on the back end, Forsling, Mikkola, Jones, and Bob's got, I believe, at least another year left.
Yeah.
So
maybe they think Lundell's actually a second-line center, which there is an argument to be had.
He plays like it.
Yeah.
He looks like he's real close to it, you know, like that. And that's the truth. And maybe they feel like they can go out and get a third-line guy, whoever that might be, and, just keep plugging along. Confirm or deny, the Maple Leafs should be all in on Brad Marchand on July 1st.
All in on Brad Marchand at 37 years old.
Yep.
Yes, I confirm it. Why not?
I confirm it 100%, 110%.
I was thinking about that. Like, you got to get somebody with, like, and this has been the same thing for 9 years, that's just a little edgy, that might not get along with everybody that well. He's just got an edge to him. Like, if you look at that Evander Kane, I'm pretty sure not everyone's his best friend. You know what I mean? He doesn't seem like a lovey-dovey guy where every morning it's good morning. And, I don't know about the Rolls Royce every game and all that other stuff. But you know what? He just got an edge to him, and he goes out. He's a different player, and he just – and I think you need that. Like, I'm pretty sure McDavid and Draisaitl appreciate having Evander Kane around because he probably says some things that needed to be said that they don't want to say. Like, it's just – I don't know. You have a bunch of nice guys around. It just – you know what the results that a bunch of nice guys provide.
Absolutely.
0.
No, I'm 100% confirmed. And not only that, I'm doing everything I can to bring him here. I'm strapping an A on his jersey immediately. And I think you need a guy like Marchand who's different, who's got a totally different personality.